Hello, I'm Sears, and this is a plugin review for the reverb I discovered recently. It's called 80's Spaces. This is an excellent reverb I found out on KVR, audio.com. I thought it would be a good idea to do a review for it. Here we have the plugin. Right from the bat, I would like to point out that during the installation you can select between VST and VST2 and VST3. That's a good thing because if for some unknown reason you want to use VST2, you can do that for, I don't know, compatibility issues. But I would definitely recommend using VST3 because if the plugin sits idle, it will not use any CPU power. The interface is very nice, pleasant. It reminds me of, I don't know, some old 80's module, but yeah, that's what you can expect from 80's reverb that's trying to emulate the 80's reverb sound. Nothing much going on there. You have your LCD, knobs, and that's about it. Next on the interface, you have knobs, pre-delay, attack, decay, gate, low cut, high cut, chorus, and width. Low cut and high cut have their slopes below them, 6 dB per octave up to 24 dB per octave. The same goes for the high cut. Chorus, which is a knob that you can use to introduce chorus effect to your reverb tail. Width is for narrowing down or widening the stereo image of the reverb tail. The most interesting part is the pre-delay, attack, decay, and the gate knob. The attack and decay goes to the gate knob, and the pre-delay is self-explanatory, is the pre-delay of the reverb tail. This bass preset already has a slight pre-delay, and you can check that on the wave button. I think you already guessed that this is a convolution reverb, which means that the reverb tail is dictated by a wave file, usually a room recording, which is then imported into the plugin. You can check all the halls, rooms, plates, ambiances, and miscellaneous waves and reverbs in when you click on this little part, which brings us this roll down menu. And you can browse them like this with the little arrows. You can see that every time you load a different one, the wave file changes. That's why the plugin is so big when you download it. Also, there you have a preset menu on the top. Tons of presets you can use, try, and yeah, basically you don't have to tweak this plugin around. You can just browse the presets and see what fits you and then tweak it a little bit to your needs. But yeah, it's really easy to use, so it's up to you. You have the option, definitely. So let's see what it does, or let's hear what it does. Let's solo this little loop and remove. Let's hear the loop first in its dry state. Dry loop. Let's load the reverb. Really nice sounding reverb. Now let's try a synthesizer. I have this arpeggiator synthesizer here. Let's hear it without the reverb. There is some delay on it, but no reverb. Okay, let's bring this up, turn it on, and hear it again. Definitely makes it more pleasant for the ears to actually hear the synthesizer playing with the reverb. Right from the start, already great results, great sounding reverb. And now for the most fun part, let's try it on a snare. Now let's hear the dry sound of the snare first and then with the reverb. Nice punchy snare, and let's spice it up a little bit with this 80s space reverb. There you have your 80s mood. Definitely recommended for producers doing synthwave. Okay, one more point I would like to touch upon is the CPU and latency of this plugin. It sits around 3 to 4% of CPU per instance. I know I said that VST3 doesn't use any CPU power once idle, but I have a console shaper plugin, which basically is a built-in thing inside Studio One. And I have a crosstalk and a little bit of drive. Yeah, but the crosstalk is the most important thing because this channel is receiving my voice and the channels crosstalk to each other like in old consoles. So the plugin is receiving a signal, and that's why it's not idle. But it should stay at 0 once nothing goes through there. So when used, it's around 4%. Not a big deal, but if you use it on buses where you group more instruments together, perfectly usable. Latency 1.5 milliseconds, nothing huge. I don't know if it's something that you could use on a live recording or like live performance, but inside studio, not a problem. There are worse cases than this. So yeah, perfectly fine 80s sounding reverb. It's made by Nomad Factory, 80s Spaces, in association with More Vox. And the price? Well, it's not a free plugin. I run the demo version, but the cost sits around $89. Is it worth it? I would say yes. If you're doing a synthwave in full force and you want a really good reverb for your drums, go for this one. It's really worth the price. If you're not doing synthwave or like 80s related music, I would look somewhere else or use something built in inside your DAW, because most of the time you already have what you need inside your digital audio workstation anyway. But definitely you have a demo version you can try, so go for that. Not a huge problem. 180 megabytes for the download. So reason for that is, of course, all the rooms that are uploaded into the convolution module. So that's why the plugin is so big, but not a big problem in this broadband internet era anyway. So yeah, this is the review for the 80 Spaces by Nomad Factory in association with Morvox. Really great plugin, check it out.